Hi everybody, it's Janet.
And I'm Matthew.
And today we are going to try the Pepsi Challenge.
Yes.
Do you remember the Pepsi Challenge?
I remember it 5 years ago, and then 10 years ago, and then 15 years ago, and a little bit of 20 years ago, but I don't remember much beyond that.
Well, the Pepsi Challenge actually started 50 years ago in 1975, and it was kind of the start of the Cola Wars.
Soda.
The Soda Wars. Cola Wars sounds better.
Cola War sounds like you're saying something else. So anyway, soda.
So they started it back in 1975, and the way the whole thing would work is there would be a cup of Pepsi and a cup of Coke, and a person would come up and they would taste them both and then say which one they liked better. Yeah. The results were that Pepsi was the best.
And then a few years later, after that, Coke did it, and it's like, oh, wow, look, Coke actually won.
Coke's the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was a lot of arguments, I guess, back and forth about whether or not the test results were true.
And that's why this keeps coming back every 5 to 10 years. Yeah.
So, Coke actually changed their formula shortly after this to the new Coke, which was horrible. It was really, really close to Pepsi. So
marketing.
Yeah, so they're celebrating their 50th anniversary of the Pepsi Challenge this year. So that's what we're doing. So we have four different
50th
sodas.
Anniversary of Soda Wars. Wow.
I know. Billy Joel even sang about it.
Yeah.
So we have four different sodas today. We have, of course, Pepsi, and we have Coke.
Yeah. But then we also have Aussie and Sam's Cola, which obviously the most generic one's going to win. I mean...
Well, I actually know people who think that Sam's Club Cola is better than Pepsi or Coke. They didn't mention RC, but there are people who think that Sam's Club soda is better than Pepsi and Coke.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
So do you have a theory? Which one do you think you're going to like best? And do you think you'll be able to tell which one is which?
I think I would be able to tell the difference from Coke and the others. I feel like Coke is very different to Pepsi and everything. I feel like the other three are going to kind of mix together to me, though. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, I feel like they're not as distinctive, I guess.
Okay. So out of the four, which one do you like the best? Obviously not Sam's Club.
Yeah, it's not that. I also don't think it's going to win. Well, I've had All C like 2, maybe 3 times in my entire life, so I don't even remember what it tastes like.
When was the last time you had it?
I don't know. I think it was before the pandemic happened.
Oh, so at least 5 years.
Probably longer. There's no way Sam's Cola's winning. It's like...
I think Pepsi is going to be my favorite. I've been drinking Pepsi pretty much my entire life.
I think Pepsi, of these four, I would like more, but I think if it was Diet Coke, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
I like Diet Coke more than regular Coke.
Yeah.
Personally. But.
So, for the record, these are not diet. They're not the Zero brand. These are just plain packed full of sugar.
Although someone accidentally bought Pepsi Zero.
I did. The packaging's very similar.
And someone else had to fix that.
I messed it up. He fixed it. But, yes, packed full of sugar. But they are cute little containers.
Just little sips.
I can't really show you now, but maybe when we tip it back, you'll see that there's letters on the bottom of each one.
Yeah, but we don't know which one's which. We just know that one's the B cup, whatever that is.
So they're A, B, C, D.
Yep.
And then we had someone mark these, and then we have some sodas over here that we cannot see that they have the marks A, B, C, D on it also.
It will be a surprise for everyone.
A surprise for everyone. Okay, are you ready to get started? Okay.
Woo,
so let's do A first. Make sure it's A. Mine's A. Is yours A?
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Click with plastic.
This is really flat.
Okay, so that's either All C or Sam's Cola. I'm betting that's Sam's Cola.
I think it's RC.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof, in that case, I might get last.
Okay, you ready for B?
Very generic.
Okay, it's B. This one, mine's really full.
This is B. I wish we had them on the sides and not the bottom, huh, Mom?
This one, I think, is Sam's Club.
No, I think that one's Pepsi.
No, I don't think so. Okay.
I don't know. That seemed a little more too flavorful.
C. Okay. This one's Pepsi. I think. So much for me drinking Pepsi my entire life.
My favorite drinks are usually lemonade, so I don't know.
So far I'm RC, Sam's Club, Pepsi. So this last one's got to be Coke.
Oh yeah, I guess we know it's D, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be D. Oh gosh.
Are we sure these aren't all Pepsi?
I hope he didn't mess them up.
If we mess it up, we're still posting this because that would be funny.
That would be funny.
So I guess between A, B, C, D, which did you enjoy the most?
I don't know. They're all really close.
Yeah.
The first one's kind of flat. That's why I think it's RC. Oh my gosh, I do not know.
I'm gonna say I think
Man.
I think C is Coke. Maybe.
I'm gonna go with my original.
Yeah, so I'll say Sam. Yeah, Sam, Pep, Coke, and all C, I guess.
Oh my gosh. So I'm saying RC, Sam, Pepsi, and Coke. Okay, you ready for me to open the box?
Yeah, let's see how long we all.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what did you say A was? I said RC. What did you say?
I thought that was Sam's Cola.
You said A was Sam's Cola.
Yeah, let's just.
I said it was RC. It's Coke.
Anyway, like I was saying earlier, I think Diet Coke actually is better. I think it actually has more flavorful and whatnot. My bad opinion hasn't changed.
Well, I really thought it tasted flat. Okay, so B I said was Sam's Club. What did you say?
I thought B was Pepsi.
And the answer is
How?
Sam's Club. I got one right.
The answer is how.
Okay,
then-
C.
Yeah, that was the one I thought was Coke because I felt like it was a little
Zingier.
stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this one was Pepsi. So you said Coke, I said Pepsi. We're failing this miserably.
Are we?
It's RC. So of course that leaves D,
So-
which I said was Coke, and of course we now know D is Pepsi.
I don't remember what I said D was.
I don't know.
Well-
But sorry, Pepsi, do not use this for a marketing commercial. But I will tell you, in our defense, we usually don't drink these. We usually drink the diets.
Yeah, I usually think, yeah.
I usually drink Diet Pepsi.
I feel like the diets, even though it sounds weird compared to every other diet version of drinks or food or whatever, I feel like they have more flavor.
I
Or
think so, too.
at the very least,
They don't
like,
taste so sweet.
maybe, I don't know. I feel like with regular colas like this, it's like a little too carbonated. If that makes sense.
Well, that's funny you say that because the first one, which is A, I thought was flat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked because the one that I thought was Pepsi ended up being RC, and I didn't think I would like RC.
I mean, I think it's kind of a moot point if we like OC or not, because you can't really find it anywhere.
That's true. It was hard.
We could only find this giant bottle at Publix.
Yeah.
So
we could have found cans of the Sam's Cola, but I didn't want to buy 12 of them, so I spent 78 cents instead.
Well, apparently the answer was we should have, because, well, I guess I'm eating my own ones. I think the Sam's Cola was actually the best one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Right?
That's crazy. So name brands out of the picture. Sorry,
yeah,
Pepsi and Coke.
Oh, C. Oof, that's
I said RC was the best, and you said
I say don't bother getting any of this. Just get lemonade. It'll just be better. Lemonade. Woo.
I totally agree.
Maybe even strawberry or mango or something.
Or tea. I prefer tea out of everything. So I guess the lesson is don't listen to the hype.
I think the actual lesson is don't listen to anyone.
Definitely don't
listen to that's what I was going to say. We also have bad opinions, just like I'm sure some of you watching do.
Right.
But don't worry, they're definitely not as bad as ours.
Who would have thought RC would have been the favorite? That's just killing me. So, have you guys heard of the Pepsi challenge before? Have you ever done the Pepsi challenge?
I think at some point we should do a video on Wiggler, Coke or Pepsi, and then the diet version. Because
yeah, I think so.
Because those two number ones, I
know. I think it's a little skewed. I don't know.
Maybe
they mislabeled it on purpose.
Maybe they just didn't put the good quality version in the little bottles. Maybe you have to buy the
big bottles. One. That's probably it. So we spend more money.
Yeah. Even though it wasn't that cheaper.
Actually, yeah, I think the big bottles are cheaper than if you go into the store and buy a little bottle. I think these are like $2.78.
That must mean these little ones are just so expensive.
Exactly. So let us know below if you've ever done the Pepsi challenge before, like for real, like at a fair or in a grocery store, which is generally where they did it. And what do you prefer better for a soda? Just let us know.
And tell us how wrong we are for thinking Coke or Pepsi didn't win or whatever.
And that RC and Sam's Club did. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, maybe sometimes we should go generic.
Maybe. I mean, I'm kind of generic, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what else you want us to do. And until next time, bye.
Bye.